Let the play begin in one of the best of the jumping theatres this country has to offer. The last cast leading to Contraband as they go towards the first of 13 fences. And the last cast jumped it beautifully. And Le Seychelles is down at the first. Le Seychelles is a faller at the first. Horse and rider up, Ruby Walsh. Very bad start for him. And that's a shame because that horse is held in very high regard by the Paul Nicholls team. And down at the very first fence. The others passing the stands. Let's have another look at it. Le Seychelles on the right, green and yellow jacket. Bit guessy, bit steep, sprawls on landing, splayed forelegs, and down he went. They climb towards the highest point of the course. Contraband in the last cast. Stride for stride. Made in Japan is third in the striped jacket, the Triumph Hurdle winner. He was just a little bit keen on the way to the start. And just off them is the outsider Goldbrook. As these novices run downhill towards the next, kicking up a bit of turf here. Earlier races today, runners on the hurdle course, which might be a bit softer, finishing pretty tired. And that the chase course might be slightly better ground. At the downhill fence, the last cast, who jumped beautifully when winning at Uttoxeter last time, really seems to have taken to this job. Contraband on his inside. Tom Scudamore wide of Timmy Murphy, two of Martin Pipe's riders. So we look from the blimp. Made in Japan in third, the first of the 7 fences in the back straight. Made in Japan was a bit long there, had to really reach. Goldbrook in 4th place. As they approach the next, the last cast and Contraband winging over that fence, followed by Made in Japan and Goldbrook, as now they approach this open ditch. Contraband just out-jumps the last cast there. Then Made in Japan, who made a very good impression on his chase debut at Kempton. Certainly got the size for this job. Goldbrook in 4th at the water jump. Stride for stride, the last cast on the far side of Contraband. And 2 lengths to Made in Japan and Richard Johnson as they approach the first of the 3 railway fences. Close together, the last cast pings the first. Better there than Contraband. Made in Japan right on their heels. The middle of the 3, the last cast attacks it. Contraband and Made in Japan, they're only novices, you wouldn't know it. They're jumping really well. The last on the far side, Contraband a bit slow there. And the last cast lands with a half-length lead over Made in Japan, who's moving well in 2nd place. And now looks an ominous force. In 3rd is Contraband, and Goldbrook is left trailing in their wake. They make the long run back towards home, and the pond fence will be 3 out. The last cast has made a lot of the running here. Tom Scudamore, the white-faced chestnut, the last cast. Made in Japan looms up on the outside. Contraband not yet done with. In 3rd place, the green sleeves worn by Timmy Murphy, and then Goldbrook in 4th place. The jumping all important. Here's 3 out. The last caster Made in Japan. A half-length between them on landing. Contraband is 3rd. They run round the final turn. The last cast clinging on to a narrow lead. Contraband gets a good run round the inner. Made in Japan now ridden. Here's 2 out. The last cast clean again, gets away from the fence just a little bit faster than Contraband. Made in Japan under pressure on the near side, and now they race to the 13th and final fence. Contraband comes back at the last cast, in the air together. Contraband lands ahead from the last cast. Made in Japan can't go with them. Up the hill is Contraband, draws away. 2 lengths to the last cast. Timmy Murphy for Martin Pipe again on a Saturday, a Super Saturday winner. Contraband wins the Henry VIII chase from his 2nd at the last cast. Made in Japan exposed there in 3rd, and Goldbrook last of the 4. What a great start to the afternoon. Contraband was only 3rd jumping the pond fence. He'd just been a little bit slow at one of the railway fences. Just at one moment there looked in trouble, but came back on the scene. And you have to admire the way he battled.
By 5 lengths and the same, 5 lengths twice. The runner up the last cast, also well supported from 11 to 2 down to 9 to 2, 3rd favourite, while 3rd Made in Japan was very easy to bat. They tried to put it in very early doors at odds on. It touched 5 to 4, returned